Are you tired of feeling like your anxiety is holding you back from reaching your full potential? In this video, we explore the 10 things high-functioning anxiety makes you do and offer practical tips for overcoming them. From striving for perfection to sticking to routines and habits, watch till the end to discover how to break free from the grip of anxiety and live a more fulfilling life. Number 1. Strive for perfection. This is a common trait of high-functioning anxiety, where the individual sets incredibly high standards for themselves and constantly strives to achieve them. This may lead to feelings of stress, anxiety, and even burnout, as the pressure to achieve perfection can become overwhelming. This trait can be beneficial in certain situations, such as in academic or professional settings, as it can drive individuals to excel and achieve their goals. However, when taken to the extreme, it can lead to self-doubt, negative self-talk, and feelings of inadequacy. It's important for individuals with high-functioning anxiety to learn to recognize when their perfectionism is becoming detrimental to their well-being and to practice self-compassion and self-care. Number 2. Overplan. People with high-functioning anxiety often have a constant need to plan and organize their lives to feel in control. They have a fear of the unknown and the unexpected, which can lead to excessive planning and overthinking. Overplanning can provide a temporary sense of security and certainty, but it can also become a source of stress and anxiety. Overplanning can also lead to inflexibility and an inability to adapt to changing circumstances, causing additional anxiety and frustration. People with high-functioning anxiety may spend hours planning and organizing their days, weeks, and even months in advance, leaving little room for spontaneity or unexpected events. This can lead to burnout and exhaustion, as the constant pressure to be productive and in control takes a toll on their mental health. It's important for those with high-functioning anxiety to learn to find a balance between planning and flexibility, and to practice self-compassion when things don't go according to plan. Number 3. Constantly feel the need to be doing something. High-functioning anxiety often manifests in the constant need to be occupied and productive. People with this condition often have a persistent sense of restlessness and find it difficult to relax or sit still. They may feel like they're not being productive enough, even when they're already juggling multiple tasks at once. This compulsion to be constantly busy can lead to burnout and exhaustion. It can also make it challenging to prioritize self-care activities like exercise, rest, and socializing. People with high-functioning anxiety may feel guilty or anxious about taking a break, which only exacerbates their condition. It's important for them to learn how to identify and manage this behavior by setting boundaries and practicing mindfulness techniques to promote relaxation and balance in their lives. Number 4. Arrive super early to your appointments. People with high-functioning anxiety tend to arrive extremely early to their appointments. This behavior is driven by a fear of being late, which can cause them to feel anxious and stressed. They believe that by arriving early, they can avoid the negative consequences of being late, such as missing an appointment or being judged by others. However, this behavior can have negative consequences as well. It can cause the individual to waste time and become more anxious while waiting, which can lead to further stress and discomfort. Additionally, it can be seen as a sign of impatience or nervousness, which may be perceived negatively by others. It's important for individuals with high-functioning anxiety to recognize when their behavior is driven by their anxiety and to learn coping strategies to manage it. Number 5. Procrastinate on certain things. Procrastination is a common behavior that many people struggle with, but for those with high-functioning anxiety, it can be particularly challenging. High-functioning anxiety can make it difficult to start or complete certain tasks, even if they are important or necessary. This can lead to a sense of guilt and self-criticism, further fueling the anxiety. People with high-functioning anxiety may have a tendency to put off tasks that they perceive as difficult or stressful, as they may worry about making mistakes or not meeting their own high standards. This can lead to increased stress and anxiety as the deadline approaches. Additionally, the longer a task is put off, the more daunting it can become, making it even harder to start. Click the link above to watch our video on how to fight procrastination. Number 6. Overthink and ruminate. Overthinking and ruminating are common symptoms of high-functioning anxiety. People who experience these symptoms may find themselves constantly analyzing and overthinking their actions, decisions, and behaviors. They may also find themselves replaying past events in their minds, trying to figure out what they could have done differently. This constant rumination can lead to feelings of self-doubt, anxiety, and even depression. Overthinking and rumination can also lead to analysis paralysis, where a person becomes so consumed with overthinking that they are unable to make a decision or take action. This can be particularly detrimental in professional and personal relationships, as it can cause delays and missed opportunities. To combat overthinking and rumination, it's important to practice mindfulness and self-compassion. Learning to identify and challenge negative thoughts and beliefs can also be helpful, as can setting boundaries around rumination and self-criticism. Therapy and other forms of mental health support can also be beneficial in managing these symptoms. Number 7. Feel guilty for saying no. Feeling guilty for saying no is a common trait of people with high-functioning anxiety. They often feel the need to please everyone around them and fear being rejected or perceived as selfish. As a result, they say yes to everything, even if it's not something they really want to do or have the capacity for. This can lead to overwhelming feelings of stress and burnout as they overcommit themselves to various tasks and responsibilities. It can also lead to resentment towards others who they feel are taking advantage of them. Learning to say no without feeling guilty is an important skill for those with high-functioning anxiety to develop. It involves setting boundaries and prioritizing self-care, which can be challenging but ultimately necessary for managing their anxiety and improving their overall well-being. Number 8. Keep your emotions locked up. People with high-functioning anxiety often struggle with expressing their emotions, even to those closest to them. They may fear that revealing their true feelings will make them vulnerable or be perceived as a weakness. As a result, they tend to keep their emotions locked up, bottling them inside and putting on a brave face. While this may help them appear composed and in control on the surface, it can also lead to negative consequences. Suppressing emotions can cause them to build up and fester over time, potentially leading to an emotional explosion or breakdown. It can also prevent people from forming deeper connections with others, as emotions are an integral part of human interaction and communication. It's important for individuals with high-functioning anxiety to recognize the value of expressing their emotions and seek support if needed. Number 9. Clench your fists and jaw. Clenching fists and jaws are physical manifestations of the high levels of anxiety and stress that come with high-functioning anxiety. When faced with stressful situations, people with high-functioning anxiety tend to clench their fists and jaws, which can lead to tension headaches, jaw pain, and even tooth damage. This habit often goes unnoticed by the person, but it can be a sign of an underlying anxiety disorder. Clenching is a natural response to stress and anxiety, but it can be harmful if it becomes a habit. It can lead to physical discomfort, and it can also make anxiety symptoms worse. Learning to recognize and manage this habit is an essential step in managing high-functioning anxiety. Mindfulness techniques, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, can help people with high-functioning anxiety reduce tension and relax their muscles. Number 10. Stick to routines and habits. Those with high-functioning anxiety tend to have a strong desire for structure and predictability, which leads them to establish strict routines and habits. While having routines can be beneficial, such as ensuring that important tasks are completed on time, it can also lead to rigidity and an inability to adapt to change. For individuals with high-functioning anxiety, deviating from their routines can cause a great deal of stress and anxiety. They may become overly attached to their routines and struggle with unexpected events or changes in plans. This can lead to feelings of being overwhelmed or out of control when their routine is disrupted. While routines can provide a sense of stability and control, it's important for individuals with high-functioning anxiety to also learn to be flexible and adaptable. By doing so, they can better manage their anxiety and respond more effectively to unexpected events or changes in plans. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell.